Today, I'd like to talk about communicating with care. Difficult conversations, difficult people. It's often easy to rush to the conclusion that the problem is the other person. But perhaps it starts with everyone communicating with a little more care. What if, rather than finding ourselves having to maneuver around thorny issues, we work to start a conversation more purposefully by thinking about all the ways in which it could go badly? This may be especially important when we know who we're talking to, understand their pain points, and we can anticipate how they may respond. I like to think about this as taking ownership. And this is particularly relevant in workplaces today where we're confronted with individuals of all abilities, languages, cultures, and more. We have increased talent mobility, and this requires greater awareness and an understanding of different cultures and social norms and expectations. Now, we could lead the conversation in the direction we want, but more importantly, we could take greater ownership of how we communicate. When we choose not to take any of that blame on ourselves, we also choose not to look within and notice our own part in contributing to how the conversation has transpired. So, how do we do this? I believe that communicating with care involves listening intently, leading by example, and solving problems. In the workplace, choosing to communicate with care shouldn't be aspirational. I believe it should be mandatory. Communicating with care is a sign of respect for all the parties involved. It's an acknowledgement that there may be several views on an issue and that multiple approaches are possible. So, how do we do this? We can practice active listening. We can ask open-ended questions. We can put our phones away and provide undivided attention and focus. We can choose to summarize what the other person has shared to ensure that we haven't misunderstood them. We can be patient and we can focus on what the other person is saying rather than getting busy crafting our responses. We can, instead of accusing, ask questions to clarify. We can treat others with respect and how we ourselves would want to be treated. And if the issues are particularly thorny, we can slow things down so that we have the ability to reflect a little bit more as we're engaging. And we can avoid sweeping statements like, you always, or it's never ever happened. When we choose to communicate with care, we create a more inclusive, respectful, and productive work environment for all. Every conversation is an opportunity to lead by example and to create the environment we want for ourselves and for our organizations.